anyway, we've been having such a great time talking about pro wrestling. Let's talk about some weird shit. Let's get some what the fuck.
Oh man, that's deep.
What in the fuck is he doing?
What the fuck is going on in here on this day?
We have seen, on this show, I've done a few what the fuck's going on, man. What the fuck is happening segments. And the last one I did was Droopy Dicks, essentially, is what it was. You didn't hear?
I didn't hear Droopy Dicks.
So the last... The last what the hell happened was there's a truth.com commercial that came out, and it was basically the whole commercial was smoking will make you impotent.
Okay.
Essentially was the thing. So the cartoon, it was a cartoon commercial. And in the cartoon, it was like a song, almost like the Oompa Loompa song, but it rhymed. And in the video, every single time that the words got really sad, the dicks, they had like dancing dicks, and the dicks would droop. Like that, like they would like just to get the point across.
Yeah,
that
this is what
you'd
we're
have
saying.
a very soft dick if you smoke, which I made very unvalid on that episode. It's like I smoked for many years.
It's still no problem.
Zero problem fucking my wife.
There you go.
So I've never had that issue. I can see where people can have some complications, but that percentage has to be very low.
Very low.
So and
it's
the
a 0% in this room.
Right, 0% in this room for sure. And in the one before that, my wife provided a what the fuck, which was I honestly can't remember. It was something about diseases. I don't know. It was weird shit. Anyway, so this one's not as gross as the other ones, but this one's definitely a what the fuck moment. Now, I'm going to fucking set the setting here, okay? Everybody in this room in particular has been in an airplane. Yeah. Okay, everyone in this situation here has been in an airplane. We've done some flights. Some flights are more pleasant than others, but everyone has a fear. Everyone has a concern. It's a flight. Very vulnerable in this situation. You're at the will of a madman, so to speak. One guy flying this fucking thing.
Giant metal.
So the
bird.
last thing you need on a plane is commotion and panic. Okay? So we fast forward here to a little company, Frontier Airlines. And this article came out yesterday. This whole situation happened yesterday. So this is very current. Okay, I didn't go, too far into the distance here. It's just happened yesterday. And Frontier Airlines had a flight 1612, leaving Orlando International Airport. And it was headed to Cleveland. Or so we thought. Yes. Dun, dun, dun. Everyone loaded the plane. They went in the usual faction, wheelchairs, army, all that stuff. And then A class, B class, C class, yada, yada. Well, there was a older woman, we'll say. What's her name here? Did they have her name? No, because they just had her as a passenger. And she got onto the plane. She had the right ticket, but she had an accommodation. The accommodation was she had an emotional, what was the word they used here?
Support?
Emotional support. Yes, emotional support animal. Now, when you think emotional support animals, what was the first thought you thought in your head earlier when we were talking about this?
Dog. I know several people who have dogs.
Seeing eye dogs, or just comfort. Some of these animals are, some of these dogs are treated almost like regular people, especially when it comes to these planes. The accommodations are great. But they do have some leeway. Dogs. There's cats.
Okay, makes sense.
The normal household pet situations. Okay, I think even bird is on the fucking list. I saw it a few times. This lady put accommodation and she put emotional support animal. She did not specify. No one thought anything crazy of it. She got on the plane. She got her bag on her lap. She's a wheelchair. Okay, so she got on. She was one of the first ones on. So she got all the way to her seat. All of the planes loading up. Plane's actually full, loaded up, ready to go. And she opens up her bag, and a fucking squirrel is in the bag. No lie, it's a fucking squirrel.
It's not a squirrel.
It's an emotional support squirrel. Yes. Well, that's what we're trying to get to here. That's the road we're passing to here. Is he's lost his fuck. He's beat red right now. Okay, so we're gonna continue the story here. So she pulls out her bag. Mind you, this squirrel is not caged or leashed or anything. It was in a fucking gym bag. A black, no lie, like a fucking zip up gym bag. Did no one see fast-paced movement in this bag whilst she was waiting for the gate to open? Because when you're about to board a plane, once they start calling classes, everyone just fucking stands up and starts walking toward the gate. So no one had any concerns about the lady in the wheelchair with the bag that just kept making
And you're
fucking sounds.
And when you're standing there, you're looking at everybody. What is he?
Word, yeah. When you're at an airport, you're fucking vigilant. Like you're looking around. You're securing yourself. Like you're on the ball here. No one picked up. Like, was this squirrel like sedated at some point? Like he made no noise because squirrel's a pretty rapid fucking animal. Anyway, she got all the way to the fucking seat. The plane's fucking boarded, and she pulls this fucking squirrel out. Okay, so obviously the flight attendants have a concern, we'll say. So they start asking questions, and she's adamant that she's in the right here because she has a ticket with an emotional support animal permission on it. But the problem is that Frontier Airlines, much like every airline, has a listing. We just ran through it a little bit. Dog, cat, bird. Every airline has their own list of animals that would qualify under that criteria. Squirrel ain't on any of those fucking criterias.
Wait, you mean I can't have an emotional support rhino?
That's what you're getting the point here, okay? My emotional support fucking walrus can't come on the fucking plane with me. Earl's gonna have to find his own transportation to fucking Cleveland is what we're trying to say here. So she, not only is she have a fucking gym bag with a fucking squirrel in it, she's the mad one. She's pissed, okay? She wants to go to fucking Cleveland, and her fucking squirrel's coming with her. That's just the end of it. So the flight attendants bring this issue to the pilot. The pilot addresses this. This is all protocol shit. Anybody who's been on a plane knows how this goes. Pilot comes, makes the last-ditch effort to see if she'll could either take the squirrel off and put it underneath, which would still be weird. I don't know why that was an option because the squirrel's not caged. Yeah, it's just a fucking around. Gym bag. Yeah. It's not even a supported gym bag where it just stays in a rectangle the whole time. It's like dented in. Yeah. So like if you put this luggage with other luggage, it's gonna be a dead emotional support animal. So they're like,
can't exactly just
they're
throw
giving
it
her
out
all
the
these
window
weird ass options, which by the way she did not take. She didn't take any of these fucking options. This chick was going to Cleveland with her fucking squirrel, and that was the end of it. So the pilot got pissed and went back to the cockpit and called the law enforcement, called the police officers or whoever he needed to call because they have a passenger that needs to be escorted off the plane. Now, up until this point, weird, but not crazy, right? Here comes the crazy. So the pilot makes the decision that this lady has to get off the plane, at least till we can figure out what to do with the squirrel, but she's being very combative, we'll say. All right? She's resisting. You know how that goes for some people. For some. So they call law enforcement. Now, the protocol is that they can't arrest or they can't, pull anybody off. Otherwise, they're going to have another Asian guy situation with the doctor where they drag him off. So they don't want that fucking thing. So they have to evacuate the plane. They have to get everybody off the plane.
And everyone has to go first.
Yeah, everyone's loaded already, so they got to go row by row here and get everybody out of here. So, but they're doing it frantically. Like the people who I'm reading the article here, they were saying that people were but once they were back in the terminal, all she said was a squirrel. Yeah. So the overall vibe from the flight attendants is that they were they were frantic. Everyone had to get off. Grab your carry-on, please, and make your way to the... And they were just they were trying to do it timely, I guess. I guess the plan is if we can rectify the squirrel situation, we'll be able to get the plane going. So they absolutely, were trying to figure out a way to get her off the plane. But she was just not having it. So they're feverishly getting everybody off the plane. So far, no one on the plane knows it's a fucking squirrel situation. They're just being taken off the plane. So everyone's mind's fucking racing. Holy shit, what'd they find? What's going on? Yeah. Yes. Is there a bomb? Is there someone on the plane that's unsavory? What's happening here? And then they're all in the terminal now, and the cops are running into the plane. So they're like, holy shit, something's bad. Like some people are considering leaving the airport altogether because they're like, this is crazy. And then they wheel the lady out, and no fucking lie, folks. I will post a link when I get out of here on my Facebook. The lady gets wheeled out in her wheelchair, and she has her fucking fist in the fucking air, and she's looking straight forward with her fucking squirrel bag, and she's just Jesse Owens, that motherfucker. She's like, I'm standing for my civil fucking rights, and the civil rights of my fucking squirrel, and we're not leaving this fucking place apart. Wherever we're going together. And they wheeled this chick off the plane, and everyone's fucking pissed. Like, the article was written on as the perspective as one of the passengers. They were pissed. But then toward the end all the people start realizing what a crazy fucking story, because they got her off, and once they got everybody back on, it was delayed obviously because of the squirrel thing, but they were able to fly over to Cleveland and everything worked itself out. But dude, a fucking squirrel, man, emotional support squirrel.
I don't get it, especially since it's
How'd they meet? Was that a Craigslist purchase? How did she know that was the one?
She just grabbed it off a tree. He seems sensitive.